Hi, I'm Sonia, and I help people take their power back. And I am back being live, here to celebrate reaching 1,000 subscribers and come hang out with you guys like I haven't in a long time. So let me know what you guys want to talk about. A few updates. I am no longer on TikTok, and I am no longer offering one-on-one coaching. And what I'm doing next, I don't currently know. So if you are looking for updates, check lives. I'll probably go live and keep you guys updated when things are figured out more, and I'll post in the community updates as well. But thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Hi! And getting me to 1,000 subscribers. I'm gonna be honest, when I started on this journey, I never thought I would reach this milestone. So thank you guys so much for all of the love and support, and let me know what you guys want to talk about today, because that was all I got. Hi, congratulations for your first 1,000 subscribers. Oh, thank you. I'm so excited. Like I was just saying, I didn't think I would actually ever make it to 1,000 subscribers. So I am over the moon, and I am so appreciative of you guys for all the support. Hi. So what do you guys want to talk about today? I literally got nothing. No one has anything they want to talk about? Nope. I remember I used to think I had to be happy to manifest, but now I'm fully understanding that feelings are a manifestation of your thoughts. Yeah, that one was a big one for me. When I was in my law of attraction days, when I was in my cult coaching days, my coach was adamant that it was your feelings, and I could never get that shit to work for me. And then I was like, "Oh, it's your thoughts." I'm like, I can deal with my thoughts. I can deal with my thoughts. Hi, well done for hitting 1,000. It's amazing. It is amazing. And like I said, thank you guys so much for that. I never saw that coming when I first started on this journey. Wanted to ask, how can I wanted to ask how can saying affirmations to get back and how fast get SP back, and how fast can it work roughly? Because I have heard people say days, some say months. As long as you're focused on the time, you're not doing what you need to be doing, and you need to drop that. You have what you want right now. So you think the thoughts you would have if you were with SP now. Those are your affirmations. Negative side of consuming so much manifestation content and is how it can affect you. That is totally on you. You don't have to watch that much content. You can watch as much or as little as you want to. How can I revise that I never met someone and he never existed in my reality in no way, shape, or form? Can I just affirm that? Yeah, I don't know who that person is. I don't know who they are. Yeah, Sammy has a success story on that. I believe you're talking about manifesting away people. Oh, can you talk about manifesting abundance? I basically just want to be paid to exist. I don't want to have to work for money to be financially free. Then you would think the thoughts you would have if that were true now. So I get paid to exist. When you want to think about how that's not true, no, I get paid to exist. Thank you. How can we say affirmations robotically or to feel or with full feeling? So confused with this. It's not about feeling, it's about telling yourself what you want to be true. You're welcome. It's about telling yourself what you want to be true. Right now, you're bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining that you don't have what you want and what you want isn't possible. And so you're right. And that's what's always going to be possible for you because your thoughts, what you believe is true, is your experience. So if you're constantly telling yourself, I can't be with SP, I can never have the money, blah, 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 you're right. Your feelings are a manifestation of your thoughts. So drop focusing on how you feel and focus on telling yourself that things are the way you want them to be. And robotically is just doing it over and over and over and over again. I'm focusing on my reality. A lot of things are getting to me, and it's going to stop now. Seeing a lot of changes in my life due to state, specifically physical changes. Yeah, you got to stop. The thing about ignoring the 3D, I was thinking about this the other day, is you're not ignoring what's happening to you. What you're doing is you're ignoring all of the knee-jerk reactions that you're having to the situation. All of the logical shit that you're trying to put to it. Oh, this happened, so it meant this, and this is impossible now, and blah, blah, blah. No, I have what I want, so all of this means I'm getting what I want, and all of my shit that I want to bitch, whine, moan, and complain about doesn't matter. I was manifesting SP and was doing great, and then all of a sudden my sister said he was moving last Friday, then yesterday, can I assume he doesn't? You can think whatever the fuck you want to about anything whenever you want to. Literally. About anything, whenever. You are God, you're the operant power, you're the one in charge, you are the one deciding how things are and what is happening. You can accept that as true and be like, yeah, SP's moving. It's all fucked up. I can't have what I want. And you're going to be proven right. Or you can be like, yeah, no, we're together. We're together. And even if he ends up moving, no, we're together. Doesn't matter. We're together. It's all about how you choose to view things. I'm manifesting appearance change and my cheekbones have changed. Awesome. Of course they have. I want to manifest a research paper publication for law school. The paper got published. Whatever you would be thinking if that happened, it happened. What are you now thinking? You think that. You don't think about how you can never have it and you can't do it. No, that got published. That got published. It was so easy. How do I get someone to give me something I need urgently from them? You focus on having it. You're welcome. They gave me the thing. I have the thing. I have it. Nope, I don't have to worry about getting it because I have it. This is what I always talk about. You're welcome. I always go back to Neville learning from Abdullah. Abdullah told Neville, you are in Barbados. If you are in Barbados, you're not worried about how you got there. So think the thoughts you would be having if you had what you want. Any other thoughts are bullshit and you're not going to listen to them or pay attention to them. And then when they come up, what I do, I just tell them, I tell myself they're stupid. I'm like, that's stupid because I have what I want. You don't have to say it that way, but no, that's not true because I'm getting what I want. I have what I want. I always get what I want. How much time should we use affirmations? Affirmations are just your thoughts. You're welcome. Your affirmations are just thoughts. You're always thinking. You can always choose what you are going to think. How much time should you be affirming? Whenever you catch yourself bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining about how you don't have or you're not going to get what you want, you need to be affirming. Nope, I have it. I have what I want. I have what I want. And if you need to do affirming sessions to get your mind familiar with it, then you need to do that. But whenever you catch yourself bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining, you need to bring yourself back. Hi, Sonia. I appreciate your time. It is my pleasure. Abdullah was so underrated. Like, he's the true OG. I agree. I agree. I wish I knew more about Abdullah. I know there's a couple books that people say were written by or about Abdullah. I know like 3 stories about Abdullah, and it's like that's all you really need to know. It's truly all you need to know. I just want to say that I love your content and love how real you are and hope your channel blows up. Oh, thank you, Jamie. I was saying, I don't know if you were on at the very beginning or have caught me saying, I honestly never thought I'd get here. I never thought I'd actually have 1,000 subscribers. So the fact that I'm here is just amazing. And I'm so happy that, I found people who want to listen to me babble. That all my experience with this stuff can now help other people is like the coolest thing ever to me. Can you actually say you have what you want when you're thinking of it and doubts try to creep in, or do you have to say affirmations? Affirmations are thoughts. I teach it this way. Affirmations are thoughts telling yourself you have what you want. You can either affirm that you have what you want, or you can confirm that you don't have it. They're both thoughts. Either you have what you want or you don't. When you're thinking of things, you either have it or you don't. If you're doubting, you're telling yourself you can't or don't have it, and you need to correct yourself, or you're not going to have it, and that's going to be a perfect manifestation. Everything's a manifestation. So if you tell yourself you can't have it or you don't have it, you're going to be proven right. And when you don't get what you want, it was a perfect manifestation of what you were telling yourself was possible for you. Hi, Sonia. Congratulations for 1,000 subscribers. Oh, thank you. I'm so excited that like I was saying, I literally did not think I would get here. So it's so cool to have 1,000 subscribers. I'm actually more than that now. And it's like, holy crap, I'm growing so quick. Tell us stories about Abdullah. The 3 stories that I know, there's the story, and you can find Neville telling these stories on YouTube if you search for Neville Goddard Abdullah. He tells these stories, but the first one is Neville learning how to manifest, and Abdullah being like, you're in Barbados. If you're in Barbados, then there's nothing to worry about. You know how you got there because you're there. The other one is when Abdullah wanted to take Neville to the theater, and this was during like segregation and all the things, and Abdullah's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go buy tickets, and Neville was like, we're gonna get arrested if you go buy tickets. Do you want me to buy the tickets? And Abdullah's like, yeah, no, I'm God, nothing can hurt me, and just went and bought the tickets. Because he's like, I'm God, nothing can hurt me. And the other one is Neville talking about Abdullah eating. He would just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and he would never gain weight. And Neville was like, how and why? And Abdullah's like, I'm God, nothing can hurt me. Every time I catch myself thinking thoughts I don't like, I just say my life is perfect and have everything I want. Exactly. It can be that simple, you guys. It can be that simple. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you doing? Hey, I had a question about doing small manifestations. If you don't see the blue ant or the orange car the same day, what do? You keep going and you stop bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining that you don't know how to manifest and that it doesn't work. And stop labeling it a small manifestation. All manifestations are exactly the same. If you can manifest seeing the blue ant, you can manifest whatever the fuck you want to. Sonia, what are your thoughts about night affirmations and subliminals? Whatever you believe is true is true. That's a question you need to ask yourself. Are they going to work for you or are they bullshit? Because whatever you decide and whatever you tell yourself is going to be proven to you to be true. Best affirmation I can use to get back to love. How do you get your SP to be with you instead of 3P? You tell yourself you're together. So you are now together. Bippity boppity fucking boo. I just made it so 3P is gone and you are with your SP and you're happy together. What the fuck would you write in a comment to me telling me that you are happy with your SP? That's what you start thinking now, because that is what's now true. 3P is, there's no 3P because we're happy together. And you repeat that and you repeat that and you repeat that and you repeat that and you repeat that. And whenever you want to think about how no 3P's there and blah, no, we're together, so none of this fucking matters anymore. I'm in a meeting, so I can't watch the live with audio, but I'm watching to say that I wanted to say that I passed all my exams, and probably because the change in my beliefs and your knowledge. Oh, that's awesome! Yay! I love that I got to be a part of your journey, but you're the one who did it. When you guys take what I teach and you use it for yourself, you're the one who, you guys did it. I just guided you in the right direction, but that is awesome! You're good, Jacqueline? It's been a long time since I've been able to go live. I'm the only person my SP loves and wants. There you go. I feel calm, anxiety is gone, and it must be the Sabbath state. It feels like my SP has received all the love and togetherness state. Feels great, but what do I do now? You keep telling yourself you're together and you stop focusing on how this must be the Sabbath and they should be here by now, because you're not doing the one thing you need to be doing. Just telling yourself you're together. It's great that you feel good, but just keep telling yourself you're together. That's all you do. You're looking for reasons that it's not working because they're not here yet. I understand. I just know people call them small, but thank you. You're welcome. You just keep if it doesn't happen in a day, just like any manifestation, if it doesn't happen, even if you wanted it to happen on a specific date, if it doesn't happen, you just keep going. If you truly fucking want it, you just keep going. Manifesting blue unicorns, that's super fun. That is super fun. Moons, hi, how are you? It's been forever. Law of assumption is such a welcome relief after struggling with law of attraction. My life has changed so much in just a few weeks. Yeah, that was a huge change, and I was so grateful I found the law of assumption. Love you, Sonia. Love you too. Yeah, the law of attraction was stressful, and I was so in it working really closely with a coach for so long that it was a mind fuck to let that shit go. I'm not able to feel and concentrate while doing my technique. What should I do? I'm not good at visualizing either. It gets very frustrating when I'm not able to see anything. You don't have to see anything. If you don't see anything, you're manifesting perfectly right now, okay? You're manifesting perfectly. Your entire life is a manifestation. You're manifesting perfectly. Just because you don't get a visual means nothing. That means that visualizing isn't for you. So try affirmations, just thinking the thoughts, thinking in words, thinking sentences that would be true if you have what you want. And it doesn't matter how you feel. Feelings don't manifest. Feelings are a manifestation of your thoughts. I wish more people in the law of assumption focused on their own rules instead of coaches. It's my only issue with the community. Yeah, but I get it too. Hi. I get it because that's what you're taught. You're taught that there's rules and you're taught that things have to be this way. And if you're not doing it this way, then you're wrong. So I get why people do that. How are my dogs? My dogs are amazing. They are both super healthy. Jax doesn't want to come over here and hang out, but thank you for asking. I have a question. Do you think that subliminals can help with manifestation? My opinion on subliminals doesn't mean anything. What do you think about subliminals? This is your reality, and your experience will be based off of what you believe. If you believe that they're bullshit and they would never work for you, you're going to be proven right. And if you think that they would be helpful for you, you're going to be proven right. Because all truths are true. So what do you believe about subliminals? Because what I believe does not mean anything in your reality. I have missed you guys too. It has been Oh, it's been a minute. You're doing good, Moons? I am doing amazing. I've missed you guys so much. Gonna focus on getting A plus in my exams. I know I will get it, no stress. Woo, of course you will. Life feels very magical. Yeah. I don't even know how to make law of attraction work. I just felt confused and it all felt like labor, laugh out loud. LOA feels effortless. I've never felt this calm. Oh, thank you for the super chat or whatever is going on in the comments down here. Is that you, Eric? I'm like, I noticed that picture. Hi, Eric. How are you? Thank you. And I love you too. I appreciate that so much. Where was I? You guys are distracting me. No, I was further up here. Oh, I've never felt this calm since finding law of assumption. I know, right? Law of attraction was a shit show. Was a shit show. Been controlling the weather lately? Of course you have been, Moons. Of course you have been. So how would I know my subconscious is saturated? You stop focusing on if your subconscious is saturated and what your subconscious is doing. And instead what you're going to do is just tell yourself that you have what you want. Whenever you think about it, you're going to tell yourself you have what you want. And eventually your subconscious will be saturated, and eventually it doesn't even have to be long. It could be very quickly. But the more you're focused on, is this working and am I doing it right? You're not doing it right because you don't think you're doing it right. Hi, thank you. Yeah, there are no rules to manifest or revise things. Just focus on what you want. That part right there. How do you manifest when nothing is going right? You stop telling yourself that nothing is going right. That's a choice that you are making, to choose to view everything as going wrong. Doing well, happy to be over here. I'm so happy that you're here, Eric. Manifested a friend that I hadn't spoken to in over 5 years to message me on Instagram. The 3D is truly a hologram, I swear. I love that. That's awesome. That is awesome. I know this works, but I feel so overwhelmed. I told myself I'd get a job this week and didn't get it this week. You're telling yourself you're overwhelmed. You're focused on things not working out. You just keep going. Just keep telling yourself that you have the job. I have a job, I have a job, I have a job, or I'm getting a job, I'm getting a job, I'm getting a job. I know that it can be stressful. Add some, like, isn't it wonderful? Everything's perfect. If it's too stressful to focus specifically on the thing that you want, but you just have to keep going. That's literally the only thing that I can tell you. Things that might help, looking into, like, EFT or things to help with your anxiety right now. Nervous system regulation, working with your vagus nerve, doing things to help make you feel better. As you're going through this. Hi, Melissa. I do remember you. Yes, I absolutely remember you. You came to visit? Wait a minute. I'm like, what are you saying here? SP finally came to see you, Melissa? Holy shit, girl. Congratulations. That is amazing. Thank you for your coaching, girl. Totally worth it. You are welcome. Oh my God. Remember you had me change the story a smidge. He's busy. He gets to me when he gets a chance. That helped me so much. Oh my God. I am so fucking proud of you. I am so proud of you. Yeah, I remember the geek store guy. Uh-huh. Yeah. I do. I mean, I did a video on that story of you being like, my SP, I haven't had contact, and then he messaged you and was like, Yeah, my phone broke or some shit like that. You are so welcome, Melissa. I am so fucking proud of you. Oh my god. Oh, it's happening. It totally is happening. You're such a fucking badass. Oh, I'm so proud of you. That is awesome. That is so awesome. You can even manifest your subconscious mind not having any limiting beliefs, but you still need the repetition in the beginning. There is no escaping that. I agree, Moons. You can decide whatever you want to be true is true, and that's no exception. I'm in the state fulfilled of already being in a loving marriage with SP. I thought I'd book a session with a known coach to observe my state. She sabotaged me. Oh no, that's not good. That is not good. Manifested 200 pounds into my bank account out of thin air. My biggest, craziest manifestation now, other than seeing the cute guy I liked in public laugh out loud. I was wondering if you've manifested him yet. And congratulations on the money. That's awesome. She started asking what's happening in the 3D, if there's contact. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, what the fuck is exact? Why would a coach ask you what's happening in the 3D? And like wanting to dig into that. I asked when I was coaching, I was asking people like what's happening that you need to talk to me about so I understand where you're coming from, but like dissecting what's happening? No. No, we're not doing that. Not doing that. That's about it for now. More to come. Of course you're going to have more to come, Moons. If I text my SP just casual message like funny TikToks or things that I want to share, I want to give it good meaning, but maybe I'm messing with the 3D. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. If you think that you're messing with the 3D and that you're fucking up your manifestation because you want to text them things, then you're right. When you want to text them things, go back into your mindset and where is your focus truly? Are you trying to get an outcome, like this is going to lead to something, or do you truly just want to message them? I think the most important thing I've learned is that there is nothing outside deciding what's possible and what's not. It's all me deciding. Yes. Yes. That is the big thing. There's nothing outside of you deciding anything. Once people watch your channel, it's over. You are so welcome, Melissa. I am so fucking proud of you, girl. I can't. I can't. This is my second time manifesting my ex back and I've manifested over 8 other SPs, but with my exes, I assume they will move because I'm scared everything I truly love is temporary. Well, then that is something that you need to change. Now that you're aware of it, you can change it. Thanks. I'll send you an email success story too. That'd be awesome. That is like the coolest thing ever. I'm so proud of you. I have tons of movement with SP2. He so has a crush on me. You guys are together. No more with this, he has a crush on me. I had this with someone on TikTok. They were like, I'm manifesting my SP, but I'm changing the story to like they're really in love with me and they want to be with me, but they're too shy to say anything. And I'm like, you realize that's what's going to manifest, right? Manifestation is very literal. You're together. They don't just have a crush on you. I've been feeling strong and sexy and youthful in my body, and my skin is glowing. After a long time, after dealing with an ED and an overworking out, your videos help. Thank you for everything you do. Everything out. Thank you for everything you do. I'm assuming is what that meant. You are welcome, and I'm so proud of you. That's some major shit. I know the body issues and like that sucks, and I'm so grateful that I got to be a part of your journey. You do? Okay. No, you're good. I think I get the typos and then sometimes I'm not sure. Sonia, you are amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you. I just come on here and speak from my experience, which is all I can do. I just want to tell people what I wish somebody would have just told me when I found this shit and was struggling with this shit and was like, I don't understand and this doesn't make sense and how does this work? Love isn't temporary unless you think it is. That part. I remember that comment, yeah. And then they came back to me and were like, guess what? That exact thing manifested. I'm like, yeah, no, just tell yourself you're together. Good night, Sonia. See ya. Good night. We make this so complicated. People have made this so complicated. Hi. And it is so not complicated. Bye. 3D is a literal hologram of our consistent thoughts. And as I always say, once you see it, you can't unsee it, and you start to see it more and more, and you start to realize what you're actually thinking about things, and you start to pay attention more about what you're thinking about things, and you're like, oh, that's not allowed in my head anymore. I don't want that. I literally look at it this simply anymore. As I'm living my life and I catch myself thinking about things, I literally just ask myself, is this a thought I want to become true, or is it not something that I want to experience? If it's not, excuse me, if it's not something I want, I just shift it to something else. People make it hard because they have been programmed to think good things are hard. Yes, but it's far from the truth. I could not agree more. I could not agree more. Hey Sonia, love you. I love you too. Wish you'd make longer videos. I watch all your videos every day. I don't think I could make longer videos. I have the topics that I want to talk about. I don't plan anything at all. I literally have like a title, an idea of what the video needs to be about. I hit record and I start talking. And I say what needs to be said and I end the video. I don't know how I would even make my videos longer. I think I've got down the concept of detachment, asking where it is, and really engraved in my mind that the 3D is a hologram, so always have to turn to imagination. I have a problem with robotic affirming, though. I know this is just my mind, but it feels like I don't affirm all day, then it's not coming, which is not how robotic affirmations are supposed to work. I know it's not true, but I don't know how to tackle this problem. You tell yourself that you're doing it perfectly and that it's working. I would start paying attention to how you naturally think, not what you're thinking, but how you're thinking. And then start paying attention to what you're thinking and start just shifting it that way. It's not about saying the same affirmation all day long perfectly like it's a test. Can you say this affirmation, this one affirmation all day long without having another thought? And then you will be granted your fucking wish. That's not what we're doing. All you're doing is shifting your focus when you catch yourself thinking things you don't want to be true. It's about bringing yourself back. Oh, I'm thinking about things I don't want to become true. I need to bring myself back. Nope, I need to bring myself back. Been doing a lot of revision lately. It's been amazing. Nice, Moons. I revise every day and the results are amazing. That is awesome. I spent all of last year with a coach who only wanted people to ask them things and didn't care about their clients to get results. I'm so grateful finding you because you taught me that I have full control. I had a coach like that too. I had a coach that was I literally, and it wasn't just me because it was group coaching and I talked to other people in the group and all of us, we would have conversations about like, manifesting whatever and be like, I mean, I guess it's probably like this, and this would make sense. And is this how this works? I don't know. We should go ask our coach because she'd have the answers. You have all the answers. You have all of the answers. All the answers you're looking for are within you. I personally believe it changes the past, so use it for days you feel that they weren't great. I agree. I agree. You don't have to accept anything that you don't want to is true. Like that's how I view it. Is it's like I don't want this to be true, so it's not going to be true. One last question. This is far-fetched. I love Marvel movies. I want to manifest a superhero life for me, or is that weird? I don't know. This is your reality. You know what you want. You're the one deciding what's possible for you and what isn't possible for you. If I had a day I was not productive, I revised it saying I was productive. Yep. Yep. It works the next day. I feel light and productive as hell. I love that. That's awesome. I have this belief that my SP is not the type to initiate contact. I need to change this belief. Yeah, you do. Absolutely. Congratulations on hitting a milestone. Thank you. Like I keep saying on here, I'm like, I didn't think I would actually hit 1,000 people when I first started. Have you guys seen my first YouTube video? Go back and watch my first YouTube video. I'm like, it's 30 seconds long, and I'm literally like, hi, I'm Sonia. I have no idea why I'm on here. I'm probably gonna I know I want to talk about the law, and I might do some tarot readings, but like, let's see what happens. That's literally my first video on here. I had no fucking clue what I was doing. You're going to hit more, Sonia. I know. Now I hit the 1,000. I'm like, I have the 10,000, the 100,000, the million. Like, that's just done. I just started LOA. I'm 15 and my parents' divorce have always negative and abused me. So how did I assume that when I was only a toddler? I'm trying to manifest my parents being loving to me, but it's hard. You have to realize that when you are a child, your parents are manifesting for you. Your parents are instilling in you the beliefs. So they believed all of this shit probably about their parents as well. And they were doing the best they could with what they had. And if this is not enough for you, then you need to seek counseling because I am not a mental health professional and nor can I help you in an abusive situation. The domestic abuse hotline is in the description below if you need help. Other than that, I cannot help you. It's already done. Yes, it is. Oh, you do tarot readings? What's your opinion on it? Some people say you can use them to manifest. I personally use them to talk to my spirit guides. I don't believe they predict the future. And I say that a lot in those videos. They're still up here on YouTube if you want to go watch them. How to feel I'm already married to the person I want when I'm still in my parents' home and blocked on social media and have not been in contact for a long time. How to stay in the state of the wish fulfilled for the entire day. You realize that it's not about staying in the wish fulfilled all day. It's about bringing yourself back. When you think about that you're not with your SP and that they would never want to be with you, you bring yourself back to we're together. It's about bringing yourself back, not staying there. Guys, did you know you can manifest things such as abilities? I have noticed people talk only about material stuff. Yeah. Like intelligence. Yep, I agree. It's everything. Everything that you are experiencing is a manifestation. And if you change your perspective of it and keep changing your perspective of it, your life will change. There's a woman back in Neville Goddard's days who met this guy and lost contact with him, and she was living in a dormitory full of girls, and every night she twisted an imaginary ring before sleep. Exactly, yeah. That's how she revised her day. When she would go to sleep at night, instead of being like, this happened and I can't ever meet him again, and she would imagine being with him. The story is something like she went on a date with this guy, really liked him, lost contact with him, and then would just start revising her day, imagining, instead of whatever happened that day, imagining that she woke up with him and did all the things she would do if she was married, and was twisting her wedding ring as she fell asleep. And it took her like, she was doing that for like a month, and he found her after she had moved and they had lost contact and he had no idea where she was and like all these obstacles. And then like 6 months later, they got married. Yeah, she married him, by the way, like right away. Yeah, it was like a quick marriage. I remember my old coach used to say, if you don't get your manifestation, it wasn't for you and the universe has something better for you. Oh, my coach did that shit too. That whole this or something better shit stressed me out so much. I felt so out of control, and it was so bad. It was so bad. Now I don't believe that anymore. If I want it, it's meant to be mine, and all I have to do is tell myself that it's mine and keep coming back to that and not bitch, whine, and moan and complain about it. Personality stuff like that. Yes, you can also change your personality. You can change anything, any thought that comes into your head about what you are capable of, who you believe you are, how you believe people treat you, any of it. You just tell yourself something different. That's why circumstances don't matter, because the 3D is created by mind. Absolutely. Oh my God, revising your day before sleep. I'm going to use that. Yeah, Neville was teaching people to do that. The reason I don't do it is because I forget to do it, and it's like whatever. So once your mind changes, the 3D aka mirror changes. Exactly. Time isn't even real. It's only what you think it is. Exactly. Whatever you tell yourself right now is true. If you keep telling yourself the same shit, guess what's going to continue to be true? So how to deal with guilt. I know you're not a mental health professional, but regards to abuse I face, I'm still feeling guilty about manifesting my desire. Got to keep telling myself I deserve that. I never experienced anything like that, so I really don't have a lot to say on the topic. If you want to watch somebody who did go through some like that shit and talks about it, my friend Christine, she just started a YouTube channel. Her channel, I believe, is called Real Life Changer. She talks about how she did that and how she moved past all of that. I don't have experience with it, so I can't tell you how I dealt with it, but you have to tell yourself that you deserve to have what you want. That's inspiring. Thank you so much. You're welcome. But it was so weird because my coach was a law of assumption coach. That is weird. That's weird. Yeah, that's questionable. Can't find her channel. Let me see. I think it's because I have YouTube up right here. Hold on a second. Let me find it. I think it's called Real Life Changer, but the L is there's only one L, I believe. Let me see. Let me find her. She just started on YouTube. She's on TikTok. Really? Here she is. Real Life Changer Life Coach. Oh, here's her. Let's see if you can see it on here. Oh, that is her. Real Life Changer Life Coach, where it's real and then life is the same L. Blonde woman, blue eyes. Yep. You're welcome. think the coach called herself that because the law of assumption was trendier. That's my thought, exactly. Can I manifest an SP who ghosted and blocked me since long time now? I never met him in person, but I'm still thinking of him. You can do whatever you want. The only person putting limits or the only thing putting limits on you is you. Saying that you can't do it or this or that, whatever. Part of the reason that you are not in contact with them is because you keep telling yourself that you're ghosted and blocked. So that's going to continue to be true because that's what you keep telling yourself is true. And you keep telling yourself that they don't know who you are and you've never met. So guess what has to be continue to be true? How are the dogs? The dogs are amazing. Thanks for asking, Moons. Jax is wanting to avoid me this morning. He's like, Mom's going live. I don't want any part of this. Thank you so much. I found her. Yay, good. I think my old coach probably just saw something that law of assumption was trending and didn't really understand it. Yeah. Yeah. Kiss your doggies for me. You're such a breath of fresh air. Every time I see you talk, I feel my brain fog just immediately go away. Oh, thank you. And I will kiss them for you. Bye. Good night. Gonna manifest finding a lost item of mine. Oh, nice. My favorite sock has been missing. Laugh out loud. I had somebody tell me, oh man, they told me that they had lost a ring. They had lost a ring and um they lost it at a friend's house and they knew it was just gone. Like it was just gone. They couldn't find it. It'd been a long time. They had moved like multiple times since they lost the ring. And they woke up one morning, got out of bed, and it was on the floor by the nightstand. And they were like, what the fuck? If you can think it and if you can desire it, that means it's possible. Your job is to assume that things are the way you want them to be. That's all you're doing. That is all you are doing. Making a different assumption. You're assuming shit anyway, so you might as well assume shit that's beneficial to you. Yeah, no, every time I think of something I want, I just add it on my list and then affirm everything on my list is manifested. There you go. Make it easy. It literally can be that easy. Oh, yeah, that's on my list. I have that. It's mine. When you're going through day to day stuff, I've told this story before. Like, you're at the grocery store and you notice that you get pissed off because there's going to be a line and you're like, I don't want to wait in line. There's no line. There won't be a line when I'm ready to check out. Like Moons was saying, personality stuff. I just forget everything all the time, or I'm just the person that always acts like this, or I never know what to say to people, or I'm so shy, or this task is so hard for me, or I have to make this phone call and it's going to be such a pain in the ass. You're manifesting all of that to be that way. Assume you're going to get what you want. Assume things are going to go the way you want them to go. Assume you have that much power, because you do. The only reason you don't is because you assume you don't. And you're being proven right, proving that the law works. I did the lost item thing with my necklace. My dad bought me and found it again, so I know my sock will be back. I have experience now. See, and that's the other thing. The more you do this and the more you have experience with it, the more you're like, of course I can do this because I did this other stuff that's kind of similar or is exactly the same, but, you know, with a different item or whatever. And I think when people watch too many people talk about LOA, then they complicate it, but in reality, manifestation is easy. I agree. And this is where I am always telling people, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That is like the biggest key for me. That was what helped me the most. And even Neville talked about this, but you have to be doers of the law, not just hearers. If all you are going to do is consume information, of course you're going to be confused. Until you start applying it and seeing it work for yourself, it's all about learning about you and finding what works for you. The law is whatever you tell yourself is true is true. That's it. It functions like gravity. When you function in your life with gravity in mind, you're going to fall to the ground. You're going to stick to the ground. So you make all of your decisions based on the assumption and the knowing that you're going to stick to the fucking ground. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. And it's going to be proven to you to be true. That is the law. The rest is up to you. Even then, people are manifesting, well, you're just selecting the version of you who keeps wanting to watch more videos. I agree. That was a big one for me. Oh my God. I was manifesting so much crazy shit at one point. And I remember having this manifestation that I'm like, if this manifests, then I know manifestation is real and I'm really good at it. And it manifested and I was like, holy shit. And then like 2 or 3 days later, I was like, this isn't real. It doesn't work. I don't know. No, it doesn't work. It's not real. And I was like, oh shit. I need to manifest. I need to create the belief that manifesting is real and that I know how to do it. And once I started to do that, things started to change. Yeah, I used to consume and rely on success stories, but not anymore. Yeah. We are always manifesting. We are just selecting what we want to experience instead, because everything is manifestation, there is no default. That one. There is infinite versions of us that we can select to experience, which is why anything we want means it exists. Exactly. You cannot think of things that are not possible for you to experience, because all you have to do is tell yourself that that's what you're experiencing. I was wondering if you could talk about how the law is literal. Like, I manifested my first SP to be obsessed with me, and he literally said to my face, I'm obsessed with you. Because everything is a mirror. Everything is what you tell yourself that it is. If you tell yourself your SP is obsessed with you, you're going to be proven right. If you tell yourself your SP hates you and will never talk to you again, you're going to be proven right. That's what Moons was just saying. There are infinite realities. Every possibility exists, and whatever one you accept is true, just meaning that that's the one you keep telling yourself is true, is going to be proven to you to be true. This has always been working. This is how it's always worked. It's always how it's going to work. It is how our reality truly works. Just think as if to select and persist, meaning doing so no matter what you feel, see, or hear, and you shall be rewarded. Exactly. I'm manifesting looking like a fictional character. I had somebody tell me on TikTok that they did that. They started telling themselves, I look like a Marvel character. And they're like, yeah, and it worked. I'm like, that's amazing. I love that. I also had somebody tell me that they manifested someone into their life that looked like a fictional character. And they met them and were like, something about you. And then it hit them. Oh my God, they look like that character from that movie I watch all the time. They weren't doing it on purpose. I'm like, that is the funniest thing ever. And I've heard other people doing similar things like that. Marvel characters realistic because some cartoons do look like humans. Yeah, manifesting looking like a comic book character. There you go. Like on profile pic, someone who looks like her exists. Yep. And you guys can make affirmations out of anything. As long as your brain, like, you know what you mean. Like, you know what you mean. It was actually that idea. So this came from a lot of things fell into place to make me get to this place where I found these affirmations. But I started affirming a bunch of things related to Disney movies. So it was actually Christine told me someone left a comment about how you can't tell people that you just like imagine things happening because in the real world you have to like look for a job if you need a job. You can't just assume you have one. Your life isn't like a Disney movie. And I was like, I did that. So my life is like a Disney movie. So I started affirming things like my life is better than the best Disney movie, thing like that kind of stuff. And then I got to my favorite one that I wrote on my bathroom mirror because I think it's so good. I am more loved than a Disney princess. I was also like, I'm more beautiful than a Disney princess. Basically, I'm a Disney princess now. So, yeah. You can tell yourself whatever you want. Literally. And you have to be proven right. And you can have fun with it and you can be extravagant with it and you just can't get caught up in looking for proof that it's yeah, life is fun. I agree, Moons. Hi, how do I manifest SP to come talk to me? You imagine that you're talking, that you talk all the time, or that you had the conversation that you wanted and they told you exactly what you wanted them to tell you. No more, they need to talk to me, or I want them to talk to me. You guys are talking. Yeah, I remember I wasted like 2 months overthinking my affirmations, but now my affirmations are so vague, I know what they mean. Yeah, that was a big one for me too. And it took me a long time coming from all my culty law of attraction crap. It took me a long time to trust my affirmations, but you know what you mean. As long as you know what you mean, the wording doesn't matter. And I said this before. I'm like, if you have a list of things, it's like all of this stuff is now true in my life, and you put the affirmation to it, I love pokey dog toes. You know what I love pokey dog toes means to you. Because all words are made up anyway. The meanings to words are all made up anyway. You know what you mean. That's the important thing. Only your thoughts should be proof. I agree. That's the proof. How do I know that this is going to happen? Because I'm telling myself that it's going to happen. How do you get to the point where you trust that? Practice and doing it and seeing it work and seeing it work and seeing it work over and over and over again. That's when life truly becomes fun. I agree. Yeah, all I affirm is my life is perfect and I have everything I want. Yeah, I'm getting to the point now. My go-to, isn't it wonderful? Everything's perfect. I'm I'm over coming up with specific shit anymore. I know it works. I trust that it's going to work. If everything's wonderful and perfect, Like you said, once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't. You literally can't. And once you see how easy it is, you're like, oh, oops, I was making it complicated. Oops, I was the reason that all of these things happened. Oops, all of this now makes sense. But you have to get to the point where you're ready to hear that and you're ready to accept it and you've done it enough to be like, yeah, no, this is how shit works. I had a dream about my SP who I'm in no contact. Excuse me. He was telling everyone around me about the plans he's making with his son but won't approach me. Makes me think I should reach out because he won't. That's up to you. What feels good to you? Do you need to reach out to him? Are you trying to reach out to him just because you don't think he's going to contact you? I also don't think some people affirm enough because, like, people say they're affirming for years. It doesn't really take that long. Yeah, yeah, that has been my experience. The things that's like, man, why hasn't it happened yet? Where is it? Why isn't it happening? It's like, because you're not affirming correctly. Your brain is wavering a fuck ton more than you think it is. Yeah, I remember on TikTok there was some people who I block now who used to say that I need to drink moon water. Hey, if you believe that you got to drink the moon water, then you're going to be proven right. But you don't have to do that. That sounds like a lot of work. I was thinking about seeing a zebra car and saw it in 2 minutes. I do this a lot with messages too. Yep. People say exactly what I saw in my mind. Yep. It can happen that fast. It can happen that fast. Where people get caught up is it didn't happen that fast, so it must not be working. And that's their true belief, and that's what they tell themselves the most. So they have to be proven right. I also affirm I have no resistance. Yeah, that's a good one. I started affirming I have no resistance. I never waver. I never spiral. Hi from London, England. Hello. That's a dangerous one. I also just assume that like only good things happen to me and only things I would want will manifest. Manifesting is so easy for real. I wish I found you at the beginning of my journey. Laugh out loud. I wish I found me and understood all this shit in the beginning of my journey too. Because things happen fast and my brain takes my desires like water. That's a good one. I don't think he will reach out. I want him to, but it may be wishful thinking. Laugh out loud. The only reason it's wishful thinking is because you're telling yourself that it is. If you want them to reach out, then they're going to reach out. Of course they would reach out. Why wouldn't they reach out? Yeah, I remember they said you have to drink it for 2 weeks and 1 day. I forgot to and thought I messed it all up and have to try again 2 weeks later. Oh, man. I remember being into all those like gimmicky kind of technique things and yeah. Mm. Hi. Meaning dangerous isn't amazing. It is it is amazing. It is wild from like how powerful we are. You say life is meaningless. Life is meaningless. You're the one putting the meaning to it. Is it better to say robotic affirmations or just listen to it on a loop recording? Whatever you believe is going to work for you is going to be what works for you. For me, I am not going to listen to shit all day long looping affirmations. I am God. I'm the operant power. What I think is going to be proven to me to be true, and I just choose my thoughts in the moment. That is what works for me. You got to find what works for you. What does it mean to see 1111? Whatever the fuck you think it means. There is no meaning to anything. Just like Moon said, their life is meaningless until you put the meaning to it. So what does it mean when you see 1111? For me, whenever I see that kind of shit, I just tell myself I'm getting what I want. But you can do whatever you want. Two-cup method was my breaking point. Bro, the love assumption. Oh, or law of attraction. Yeah, that shit. That shit, and people keep coming to me asking me about all that kind of stuff, and it's like, if you believe it's gonna work for you, it's gonna work for you. We are talking about manifestation and the law of assumption. We are very powerful. For me, once I realized that whatever I assume is true, it started to get easier for me to understand. It's really that simple. I just have to change my perspective. I find that when I'm calm, things happen. Where do desires come from? Wherever you believe they come from. Whatever you believe about everything is your experience. You have to create what you believe for yourself. I'm back. I just had to take the trash out. Why did everyone in the chat go silent? I don't know. Everything is easy. It absolutely is easy. I agree, Moons. No one needs to suffer when they know the law. And I've said this before, my guide of what it where is my mindset is how I feel. If I start to feel like shit, I always check in with what I'm thinking. I thought my self-concept was so bad that I had to do so much to fix, but now I just say I'm perfect. Nice. That's what worked for me too. I was so tired of micromanaging every thought I had about myself. I'm like, no, I'm perfect, and everyone loves and adores me, and I'm everyone's favorite. I no longer describe myself as a human anymore, a human being, more like a limitless being. I agree. When should I give up on a manifestation? I am not going to tell you when to give up on something. That's your choice. That's up to you. This is your life, and you need to live your life. I see 11 and 99 all the time. I just tell it thanks for appearing. I'm good. I love that. God is always here for us. Hi, Sonia. I love your videos. Oh, thank you. Is 2 months too much? I just answered your question. You are God. You are the operant power. You're the one making the decisions. This is your life and your experience. Is 2 months too long? That's up to you completely. I am not going to weigh in on this topic. That is a you topic that you need to ask yourself. For me, personally, when I want something, I don't give a fuck how long it takes. You are not going to tell me that I can't have it, and even if it takes all of my fucking lifetime to get it, I'm going to fucking have it because I'm God. I'm the operant power, and I get what I fucking want. But this is up to you. So make your own fucking decision. I mean, I'm aware I'm a human, but since I don't like to call myself God, calling myself a limitless being sounds more fitting for me. I like that. Everyone is different. I agree. I just got used to people always saying that you are God, so I just was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I know what I mean by that topic. I was curious about handling myself when I day trade. I will analyze the move and direction perfect. Tell yourself you always make amazing trades. You always know what trades to make. I will do the exact opposite of what I need to do or make trading errors. You need to look at your mindset and what you believe about all of that stuff. Is it necessary to affirm for at least 10 minutes in a go because I easily get distracted? I say my affirmations 3 or 4 times and start thinking of some random thing. You need to do what works for you. If you believe that the only way you're going to get your shit is if you do it perfectly for 10 minutes, then you're going to be right. And since you get distracted, you're never going to be able to do it and you're not going to be able to have your shit. This is all a manifestation of you. You're manifesting perfectly right now. Your brain perfectly manifests right now. So start paying attention to how you're thinking and find a way that works for you. I don't have affirming sessions anymore. I don't have a routine. I deal with my shit in the present moment and it works for me. I find life so fun because anything I desire, I can have. I agree. No one can tell me anymore when to give up or not. It's not our place to make those decisions. I agree. I agree. Do you see a lot of synchronicities in your life since you consciously manifest? I don't give a fuck about signs and synchronicities anymore. I am so over that shit, I don't care. Because when I focus on that, I get more signs and synchronicities and I don't get my manifestations. I have what I want. That's all I do. Even our mood is a manifestation. Yup. Finding affirming hard is a manifestation too. I agree. I still can't believe literally everything in our lives is a manifestation of ours. I agree. Will I be saving this live? Yeah, I will be posting it as long as nothing happens with it, which I've never had any problems. I post my lives afterwards. I think part of it is thinking about being perfect, never losing, which I know is not possible. I do appreciate what you just said. I'll tell you what I've done with YouTube and like social media, when I notice that I'm like losing subscribers, I'm just like, oh, that means that I'm about to get a fuck ton more. And guess what? Guess what I'm proven right about? And also being like, I know it's impossible to never lose. That's a belief that you are creating for yourself. Thank you. I revise. I revised that I was always a master manifesting. I've kind of done that too. And the more I focus on, I've always been doing this. It's like, oh, I see. I have always been doing this. I forgot to say that coach said I should date other people. Bye. Whenever people are telling you like what to do in your life, that is scary. You need to make your own decisions. Because I kept thinking about how I wish I knew manifesting earlier, so I changed that. I love that. And it works. It works. It goes back. Everything is in our control, and no one has free will, so it's in our control. I agree. Do you consume manifestation content? I do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. So if I want to watch manifestation content, then I'll watch some. If I don't, then I won't. Anymore, I make so much of my own content. Hi. Been manifesting my SP for a year now. He got married a few days back. I'm trying to repeat the old story, but I don't know if I want to affirm for him, but I don't feel like I I want to affirm for him, but I don't feel like it. But when I think of him, I want him. Then when you think of him, you tell yourself that what you wish were true is true. If what you really want is the relationship, just focus on having a happy relationship and let the rest go and let it work itself out. But you are giving your SP and their 3P all of the free rent in your head, and that's where all your focus is. Do you think $200 for 3 emails is too much, like for coaching? I don't think it's any of my business how other people run their business and their life. If you think it's too much, then it is, and if you don't think it's enough, then you're right. I remember as a preteen, I used to think I had to work really hard to pass a test, and that was what showed up in my reality. Now I know I have always found this. I did something similar. When I was in school, I always thought school was really hard. I remember getting into high school and wanting good grades and like thinking I want good grades, I have good grades, I have good grades. I had no idea about manifesting back then, but just being like good grades, good grades, good grades, good grades, good grades. I put in like so much effort trying to get good grades, and as soon as I dropped it and was like I don't give a fuck about my grades, I started getting good grades. Sometimes the tough love can help people find their true selves. I agree. I agree. The way I come on here and speak is the way I wish I would have been told this shit. So that is why I speak on it the way that I speak on it. We've been manifesting all our lives. We just didn't realize it. Yep. I apply this shit every day, and life really is just me. Yeah. And like I say, once you see it, you can't unsee it. How old are you? None of your fucking business. If hard work paid off, then they would be rich and successful. It's a lie. I agree. When I thought that I had to work hard, all I did was work hard and did not get much out of it. I'm just going to be honest. You know the answer to your own question. You just probably want validation. That's a lot of people just want the validation. And the more you realize it's you, the better off you're going to be. Saw a survey where most of the people agreed that working hard doesn't breed success. That's interesting. I agree with that. It's like if all it took was hard work to be successful, a lot more people would be more successful than they are. Even normal people are realizing the truth. Yep. How do you stop thinking about time when manifesting? You tell yourself that you have it right now. If you have it right now, you're not thinking about the time it took to get it. Work smarter, not harder. Yep, I love that. I love your straight up answers. I'm glad you do. And think as if. Yep. What astrology sign are you? None of your fucking business. None of your fucking business. I don't ascribe to astrology. I don't talk about astrology. I actually think that people who believe in astrology are, in a way, kind of like racist, sexist. They're an ist. They're an astrologist. Ist. You're going to then judge me by what my sign is. And I think it's fucking ridiculous. And I am not going to subscribe to that on my own fucking channel. Okay? Because whatever you believe about me is true. So if you believe because I'm this sign that this is how I am, then guess what? You're fucking right. Because you're always right. I think if Sonia wanted you to know, she would let you know. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Stop asking personal questions. Sometimes I'm in the mood to answer and sometimes I'm not, and today is not the fucking day. And the astrology question is not the fucking question. I remember my old coach used to say that revision was a bad thing and there are limits. Now I don't care. I know that I am limitless. Yeah. That was my biggest thing. It was like, okay, my coach is saying when I was in my law of attraction days, it's like, I can do this, but I can't do this, and this is possible, but that's impossible, and this can happen, and that. I was so fucking confused by it all that when I found out that it's all you and you're limitless and you can think whatever you want, it was like a lot to comprehend. But then as I start to see it for what it was like, oh, now that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't believe in all that. I agree. Limit, tarot, all that stuff is so limiting. Like I said, when I've used tarot, I don't use it as like a way to predict the future, and I use it to talk to my spirit guides, which is something that I do in my life. And if you don't want to do that, that's up to you. If you think tarot is real, it is. Yep, whatever you believe is true is true is true. Is true is true is true is true is true is true. And the more I'm just focused on thinking what I want. I don't even use the tarot cards. And if I have something that I'm like unclear about, I just ask myself for the answer and it shows up. You decide. And no one's wrong. Like, if you want to use tarot cards, then fucking use them. If you want to believe in astrology, then fucking do it. I just think the astrology shit is weird where it's like, oh, you're this sign and these are the attributes of this sign. And like, I don't like people who are this sign for this reasons. Like, you're creating all that shit. I hate these gurus making everything so confusing. It's so that you'll give them money. Oh, you don't understand, so pay me money so you can. It's like, yeah, that was my coach thing. Like, they asked Like, ask them the question and they will decide if it's possible. My old coach wanted people to keep asking them things. Yep, that was my coach too. That was my coach too. I remember I was in that group for over 3 years, not knowing what the fuck I was a part of. And I remember so many people coming with, "I want this specific job, how do I manifest it?" And then being like, "Oh, you can't. You'll either get that or something better. So just keep doing the shit I'm telling you to do." And it's like, ugh. Focusing on something you don't want is selecting it. Yeah, it's literally that simple. It's literally that simple. Reminds me of a cult. That's why I tell people all the time, I'm like, I was part of a law of attraction cult. I had to go to my coach for fucking answers. It was ridiculous. I did revision and it worked. After I tested it, now I believe. Yeah. That is my thing for people is you have to test it for yourself. Like, it's great to hear other people's experience, but until you experience this shit for yourself, they act like they are better. Yeah. I was convinced that manifesting was something that I had to learn and that this person knew and that if only I could just understand. I was so wrong. I don't really feel like working on self concept really, and everyone keeps shitting on people for not working on self concept. The thoughts that you think about yourself are important. If you're constantly telling yourself you're stupid and incapable of doing anything correctly, that's a fucking problem that you need to change. But do you have to specifically work on your self concept? Not in my experience. I just started telling myself I have a perfect self concept. I'm perfect in every way. Everyone loves and adores me. I'm everyone's favorite. I'm perfect. Listen to your gut. Absolutely that. Once you get to the state of knowing, affirmations have served their purpose. However, in my youth, I began building my health and wealth by affirming I am healthy, I am wealthy. Yep. I've noticed in my experience that the more I do this, the less I have to specifically affirm. It's more of just choose how I'm going to view things. They act like manifestation is only a gift for some people. That part. Like, oh, I know, and maybe you'll be blessed with the gift of it. And it's like, yeah, that's not what's happening here. Yeah, I used to put my coach on a pedestal and they had the answer to everything. Yeah, I did that same thing. I did that same thing. That is why I am so adamant about you guys taking your power back and doing shit for yourself and figuring out for yourself and answering these questions for yourself. I don't want your power. You are the one with all the power, not me. This is why Sonia always says, take your power back. Yep, we are the operant power. Exactly. It's all you. It's all you. Yep, like Sammy, only difference between people is the story they are telling. Yeah, I like when people ask questions, you bring it back to them. Yeah, I could sit here and tell you, oh, well, this about subliminals, and oh, this about this, and oh, this about that. And that was the shit I hated most about watching coaches. Was, oh, well, this should work for you. And then it didn't work for me. And it was because I didn't believe it was going to work for me. It's like, what works for me may not work for you. All I can speak from is my experience. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That's all I can do. No one can tell anyone what to do. I don't understand why coaches think they are a higher power. I don't get it. I don't like it. Unless it's just they get on here with the right intention and then it just like strokes their ego to be like, "Oh, look, I can tell people what to do." I don't know. I don't know. No one is better at manifesting than each other except the stories they accept as true for themselves. That is exactly it. You are as powerful as you tell yourself that you are. States or robotic affirming, what do you prefer? The way that you get into a state is by how you are thinking in the present moment, and affirmations are just your thoughts. Best coaches, Sonia and Sammy. Oh, thank you. The coaches that make it simple are the ones I listen to. Yeah. I try to make it simple. I try to keep it as simple as I possibly can. I try to speak in the most simplistic, basic terms that I can that are easy for people to understand, that is just giving you the answer that you need so you can take it and run with it. But I do stand by, until you have experienced it for yourself, you are never going to understand it for what it truly is. That was when I started to understand it for what it truly was, is when I started to see it for myself. It's like, oh, this is what people mean, and oh, this is what this is. SP got engaged with 3P. What affirmations should I use to get back? That you are together now. Bippity boppity fucking boo. 3P disappeared. Your SP is madly in love with you, and you are now happy together. And you are going to write to me telling me that you're happy together. What would you tell me? Those are your affirmations. It really depends on how you view the situation, since everything is a manifestation, but if your gut is telling you otherwise, leave it. I agree. I agree. I randomly stumbled across your account, kept coming back, short and straight to the point. That was my goal. If I even had a goal. I just wanted to help people understand. Talking about coaches, people watch. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. If you're watching somebody, even if something I say and you're like, ugh, I don't like that, it's not for you and you can leave it. You need to take what I'm talking about and make it work for you. You're the only person your SP loves and wants. It can be that simple. Did you believe your affirmations at first with robotic affirming? No. I still don't believe my affirmations when I start telling myself shit. I just choose what I'm going to think, knowing that that's going to be my result. Yeah, I used to get confused when people said that I couldn't think of my desire too much because it gets further away from you. Yeah, that shit, I never understood that. It didn't make any sense. They're like, energetically, you're pushing it away because you're thinking about it. And my coach's big thing was, you can't word your thoughts certain ways. Like, don't say that you don't have any debt because you're going to get more debt, which never made any fucking sense to me, because it's like, if I didn't have any debt, I would just be like, I don't have debt, not thinking that, I mean, it means I have a shit ton of debt. It's so fucking ridiculous. Manifested specific message from SP. Woohoo, of course you did. Nice. We are truly limitless. We are limitless. The only limits you will ever experience are the limits that you put on yourself. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. We had to believe out affirmations. We won't need to repeat it. Had to believe if we had to believe our affirmations, we didn't need to repeat in the first place. The whole point is to make it a belief. That part. Yeah, you're not going to believe your affirmations. That's why you repeat them to yourself. If you just believed it, then you wouldn't have to repeat it, because that would be your experience, because your beliefs are manifesting perfectly right now. Is it okay to date someone while you're manifesting an SP? That is your decision. That is your decision. That is up to you. Is it okay? Do you want to do it? This is your life. Please live it the way that you want to. I do not tell people how to live their life. I want to get more clients in business. How do I do that actually? By telling yourself that you have all the clients that you want. Business is booming. I have more clients than I know what to do with. You now no longer want clients. And you think the thoughts you would think if that were true. Yeah, when people say your subconscious cancels out negative words, if I tell you I don't have any debt, is your assumption, oh my God, Sonia has more debt than she could ever fucking handle? Over half the things I manifested I didn't believe. Oh yeah. Only thing I need is to think from it and it will manifest. Yeah. I agree. That's been my experience. That has been my experience. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I want to just guess I'm anxious. I'm anxious too. You tell yourself that you have what you want. That's it. Can I robotically affirm to always want to have a specific amount of money in my bank account? Can you think about wanting this to be a fact in your life? Then it is possible for you. So you tell yourself that you always have this amount of money in your bank account. And then you don't bitch, whine, moan, and complain in your head, and you don't go looking to make sure that you have that amount in your bank account. You have that amount in your bank account. And then one day you're going to check it and be like, oh my God, I have that amount. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, I always have that amount. Whatever you want to be true, you tell yourself that it's true. Do you use thought transmission? I think the fucking thoughts that I want to be true. That's it. I let all of that shit go. That's way too much fucking work for me. Oh, I'm going to make them think this. No. I did this the other day. My dad asked me if I'd go to the pharmacy for him. I said, yeah. I was like, I don't want to fucking go to the pharmacy. So I just assumed that he would want to go instead of making me go. And then he ended up going without me having to go. That's it. Like some people, our subconscious doesn't understand anything unless it's super specific. Yeah, I disagree with that. I've had a lot of success being just general. Things are good. And I know a lot of other people who have too. How much time it takes to usually get our desires if we are constant and persistent without wavering. You never know when you're going to get your shit. And the more you're focused on how long it might take, you are wavering and you are not focused on having what you want. And the reason it's going to take forever is because you're not just telling yourself you have it. Not thinking about the how. How long you think it takes. That's, yeah. The when is now, the how is not our job. Exactly that. You have it now. Yeah, some people believe that, but don't. I can't be as vague as I want. I can be as vague as I want. I truly, the more I do it, the more comfortable I've gotten with it too. That's the thing is, in the beginning, I wasn't comfortable. This is the perfect example. My affirmation for understanding manifesting was I know everything there is to know about manifesting and fully understand it. Because I'm a master manifester wasn't enough for me. The only moment that exists is now. Yep. Exactly. The only moment that exists is right now. Whatever you tell yourself is true right now is true. And the more you stay in that and don't bitch, whine, moan, and complain and go check to make sure your manifestation is working, the faster shit's going to happen because you're accepting it as true now. So enjoy the present moment. Exactly. I like to say the how because the how is because I am and I say so. And how it will unfold is not my business. I like that. The how is because I am. How is this going to happen? Because I fucking said so. That's why. I recorded my money affirmations. Does it help to listen to them while sleeping? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Will it help me listening to this while I sleep? If your answer is yes, then it will. And if your answer is no, then it won't. Because whatever you believe is true about subliminals is going to be proven to you to be true. Yeah, also one thing helped is not to think my 3D is bad. I agree. Everything is in now. Yeah, right now. The only thing that exists is right now. The reason you can change the past is because it no longer exists. The only reason it exists that way is because in the right fucking now, you're telling yourself that it happened that way. That is why you need to make having it internally the success story. I agree. And remind yourself The 3D is just a reflection. Yes. The more you can focus on, I am focused on having what I want, so it's working and I'm doing it right. That is the success story. When you start just automatically thinking that this is how things are, even though you have no proof that that's how it's going to be. The proof is that I'm telling myself this is how it's going to be. You have to remember the 3D is a manifestation. It's an old manifestation. Personally, I like the people who explained it this way. If you are going to base what you're going to think off of your current moment, you are basing what you're going to think off of old news. So it's like getting pissed off that the weather was going to be bad in 1968. That's not beneficial to you. Whatever is happening in your present moment is you getting what you want. If you are telling yourself you're getting what you want, then that is what is happening outside of you. Any success stories if you can share? I manifest all day, every fucking day. I don't even keep track of success stories anymore. I don't know. Be your own success story. That. You can listen to success stories all day long. I can tell you success stories all day long, but it is not the same as you having your own success stories. One of my biggest ones is getting rid of the swelling in my hand in under 2 hours by affirming it was gone. Nice. See, there's one of Moon's success stories. I mean, one of my success stories is I manifested Jax being able to walk again after his back went out. Finding a necklace I lost at my workplace back in my coat pocket. I have so many. Yeah, I have so many too. When people just want them off the top of my head, it's like, I don't know. Life is one big success story. I love that. I would be too tired from typing, right? And the daily, everyday stuff, yeah. Can you explain BBLs? Birds before land. It just means, excuse me, you're getting you're getting signs that are partial manifestations that are kind of what you want, but not really. So if you're manifesting SP, you see their name everywhere, or you start having people act and treat you the way you want your SP to treat you. Those are birds. Or you want a specific car and somebody else that you know gets that specific car. Those are birds. My thing with birds and why I don't focus on birds is when you're focused on birds, you're going to get more birds. Like my sister cooks for me. Nice, Moons. I sometimes tend to blame myself for manifesting the opposite 3D. The only reason it's the opposite is because you're telling yourself you're manifesting the opposite and that you feel like you're doing it wrong. So you have to be miserable because it's not going exactly the way you think it should. This is where I did a video recently about being attached to outcomes and having this like checklist of, if my manifestation doesn't unfold exactly like this in this order, then it's not working. And that is not how this works. You do not know how you're going to get your shit. You just have to assume that you have it. By the way, thank you for having this live. You are welcome. I am thinking about going live more again. Things have been, yeah. What exactly my plans are moving forward, I don't know. Everything is really you pushed out, so use it for good. Yep. The only sign is the manifestation that happened. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, I just use my 3D as feedback, or I just ignore it completely. Just affirming and persisting and not looking at the 3D. Basically, I just think as if, for example, if you want to see a blue ant, you affirm, aka tell yourself you saw a blue ant, no matter what you see or hear in the 3D until you see it in the 3D. That's how I do it too. That is what has worked best for me. I literally keep seeing my SP's name literally everywhere, and it's such an unusual name, but I don't focus on them, but I do see them a lot. Whenever I get birds or signs or whatever, synchronicities, I just like, yeah, it's working. It's working, and I keep going. Because I did that in my law of attraction days. My coach had us writing down all of our signs and synchronicities and shit. And guess what I manifested constantly? More signs and more synchronicities. I never manifested the shit I wanted because I wasn't focused on having what I wanted. I was focused on having signs that I was going to get what I wanted. And it was a perfect manifestation. I get the same thing. Signs don't proceed, just take it as a sign you're on the right track. Otherwise, you'll be manifesting signs every day. Yeah, that was my experience, and it fucking sucked. Until you want to rip your hair out, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was so done. I was like, I have been in this manifesting a law of attraction group for fucking over 3 years. When does something in my life actually change? And it was like finding law of assumption. It's like, oh, now I gotta get it. Bro, what kind of coach you even had? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know. That's amazing. Yes, that's exactly we should do. Actually, you have, and how much you were affirming every time you were thinking about your desire. When I do it, I just think about it that way until I stop thinking about it. Until I start doing something else and I stop thinking about it. And if it pops up, I bring myself back. The more I do this, the less I have to be on top of my mindset, and the less I have to do it, and the faster it will shift to something else. But my biggest advice for you, excuse me, gurgling, to keep yourself busy. The more busy you are and you aren't just obsessed with the only way I'll be happy is to have this thing happen, the less you're going to think about it because you're busy doing other shit. Just think as if and live there. Yeah. When it comes up, you tell yourself you have it. I don't have to worry about this, or bitch can whine and bitch, whine, moan, and complain about it because I have it. I have it. Nope, that doesn't matter because I have it. I literally do it in the present moment. That was the one thing I did kind of manifest, I guess, when I was in my law of attraction group. We would script. It's like really stupid way of scripting. And the one thing that I wrote over and over and over again, day in, day out, without realizing that this would manifest, not realizing that this was going to have an impact on my life, not realizing what I was actually doing, but I was writing, I am grateful, I am present. I am grateful, I am present. I am grateful, I am present. Because I was forced to write something I was grateful for. And that was the only thing I was grateful for. So I just kept writing it over and over and over again. So you don't have a specific routine or anything? No. When I wake up in the morning, I make sure that my thoughts are in check. If I'm doing some task where my brain is going to be like, doing the dishes or taking a shower, cleaning, getting ready, whatever. Whenever I catch myself thinking, I just focus on it being the way I want it to be. If I want to have a specific affirmation where I just repeat it, it's isn't it wonderful, everything's perfect. And when I go to sleep, for me that was the big one. When I first did Neville's ladder technique and was playing with sats, I realized that all I did as I fell asleep at night was bitch, whine, moan, and complained and was anxious and stressed out. And then I was shocked that more of that manifested. But I don't do anything specific. Coaches that mix law of attraction and law of assumption, bad idea. It's just your thoughts. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. In the beginning, I had to affirm a lot because I had so many opposing thoughts, but it depends on the individual. I agree. Just persist. You can only get better at by better practicing, and you will learn what works best for you. It's not about the number, it's about what state you think from most. Exactly. Where do you go back to? When you catch yourself, do you just continue to bitch, whine, moan, and complain, or do you bring yourself back? I'm tired of people who keep telling you that you're doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong unless you think that you are. Until you become your own science project, your own coach, your own guru. You're always looking for people outside of you. Some people are trying to help you, some people who know what the fuck they're trying to do. If you don't have what you want, you are not thinking enough from telling yourself that you have what you want. That's it. That's where I just broke it down to, is this a thought that I want to become true or is it not? And this is with everything. Literally everything. I decided to get off TikTok last week. I'm like, I'm done on here. I don't want to do it anymore. And then I was like, well, I could do shorts on YouTube. And I was like, yeah, well, I don't know if I could make videos in 60 seconds. And I don't know if I could do this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, no, I can make shorts on YouTube. I'm good at making shorts on YouTube. And I filmed some this week. It was super easy, super fun. You can film in 15 seconds or 60 seconds. And now I'm kind of playing with the idea of challenging myself. I can make useful content in less than 15 seconds. And I know I'll be able to do it. There are no rules. I have heard 555 rules. I have heard 5,555 rules to manifest, to align this, and then you can have it. Manifest months of bullshit. I heard and was so depressed. Until I just realized that it's whatever I tell myself is true will become true, I had that same problem. I tried everything. It was like, oh, we'll try this, and oh, I'll try that, and oh, what about this? Part of it was I was technique jumping so much, but the other part was because I didn't believe it was going to work. Make a rule, only your thoughts matter. That way it will become easier to be in the present moment. Yep. There are no rules. Whatever rules you set for yourself will work. Doesn't matter how crazy it sounds. And don't let people tell you what you can manifest. I agree with that. I don't care what you're struggling with, and I don't care what rule you want to put in its place. You can think whatever you want to. You can decide whatever you want to is true. The only reason it's not true is because you're telling yourself that it's not. The only reason it's not possible is because you're deciding that it isn't. LOA has so many methods and rules. Where the mind goes, energy flows. So many minds in the pot. Laugh out loud. You are the rule maker. Keep it simple, like Sonia's saying. Yeah, keep it simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Because what you think is true. Other people having experiences based on what you think is true. Yes. And when you start thinking something, you're going to start getting proof that that's true. You're going to start seeing videos or seeing people have conversations about how this is possible or that's impossible or whatever the fuck. Everything is a manifestation. You're always going to be proven right. And when you realize you can accept or reject anything, yeah, like those people who say, comment, claim to get your manifestation. Oh, those people drive me fucking bananas. That to me is the tell right there. If it's put this specific comment in my comments to like set it and forget it or whatever. No. No. Especially the success stories. That's so true. There are no rules. When I was in LOA first, I was depressed for months. Thank God, got to know about law of assumption, just affirm and persist. That's it. Yeah. They start to pop up when you start to think something could be possible. Yeah, it goes both ways. Whatever you're thinking about, you're going to be proven right. Robotic affirmations, mantras can be a lifesaver. It was for me. It was for me too. Absolutely. Claim the sound, laugh out loud. Those are a joke. Those are even funnier than the people who are like, post, comment this in the comments. It's like, and it works for some people because they believe it's going to. That's why some people are like, yeah, it worked for me. Or they're just paying people to say it worked for them. Who fucking knows? But whatever you believe is true is true. If you believe listening to this thing, it'll be proven to you to be true. It's really magical how it works. Yep. They want more engagement. That's exactly why they do that. That's exactly why they do that. And the people who believe that by doing that will get their manifestation, then they're going to be proven right. The tarot makes me laugh. Tarot or you pushed out. Yep. I agree. Any latest big success stories, if you remember? If anybody has some success stories they want to share. I guess my big success story just happened right now. I affirm that my clients and everyone who watches me gets their shit and understands the law and all the things. And earlier on this live, one of my clients was in here saying that she's spending time with her SP. So a friend of mine sent me one of your videos after a week of doubting and spiraling, and you whipped my ass into shape. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. I'm glad I could be part of your journey and it was helpful. I'm affirming that I lose weight rapidly and I weigh blank kilograms. I've lost, and so many people have already tell me that I'm looking thin. Of course they are, because everyone has to prove you're right. Tarot can reflect your state of being. Don't accept it as true if you don't like it. That's the big part. I have had a lot of people come to me with the tarot and they told me this and I don't know if I can have what I want. And it's like, that's not how this works. Stop giving your power away. It's funny that most people have a relationship with the tarot cards more than their SP. That is true. It's so true. It's like if you just spent the time thinking that your SP is doing what you want them to be doing and telling you what you want them to tell you instead of looking at the cards to see what's happening, your entire experience would be so different. Just thought I'd let you know I first watched a video of yours that said manifesting doesn't work. Something like that. And I clicked on it with a victim mindset. I watched it and something clicked. Nice. That's what I want to be for you guys, is that I want to be that person that makes it click. It's like, I finally get it. Oh my God. Sonia, I'm manifesting being more psychic and it's working. Of course it is. That's super fun. I did a lucid dreaming before, so it will work. And the fact I desire it means I can have it, laugh out loud. Exactly. Even things like that. Man, I wish I was more psychic. I'm extremely psychic. I'm always psychic. I always have whatever kind of psychic abilities you want. Yep, I can do that. I'm so good at sensing energy. I'm so good at seeing energy. I'm so good at whatever the fuck you want to be good at. Lucid dreaming. I want to lucid dream. I'm so good at lucid dreaming. It was actually me taking a lucid dreaming course that helped me realize how quickly things can change when you start telling yourself that they're different. So a big part of it was telling yourself that you remember your dreams. And I was not a big person at remembering my dreams. I believed I never remembered my dreams, that I couldn't remember my dreams. And I started telling myself I always remember my dreams. And guess what fucking started to happen? We are all psychic. I agree. Yes, we are. I want you as my older sister who'd kick my ass back on track. Well, I got a fuck ton of content that's there when you need it. Lucid dreams are cool. I found they're weirdly related to manifesting too because we manifest stuff in our dreams changing. Yep. I want to scare people. I want to scare people, but I close my eyes in questions and the right answer gets shown to me in my mind's eye. Yeah, that Moons, have you ever read or are familiar with Jose Silva? If you're not, you might find him interesting. He wrote a book. Yeah. He was like teaching people to be psychic and get the right answers and shit by like relaxing and moving into different. He did it with his daughter. He did it with like all of his kids. He had like a lot of kids. And he started doing it with his kids. And then he started doing it with like the neighbors' kids. And then he started doing it with the adults. Fascinating. Is self-concept important to manifest SP? What you tell yourself about, yeah, it's the Silva method. What you tell yourself about yourself is important. If you tell yourself that you're unlovable and no one would ever love you, you're going to be proven right. And then you're not going to get at your SP because you don't believe you could be loved. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. Your self-concept is just the thoughts you think about yourself. I get it a lot, but you have to learn to trust yourself. That is such a big part of all of this, is learning to trust yourself. I practiced it a lot with questions on the internet. That's how I found I had this ability. Well, I was manifesting it. Yeah. Yep. If you always tell yourself, I always have the answer, I know the answer, you're going to get the answer, whether it just comes to you or you're led to it or. So true. The way I define my self-concept is just the thoughts I think about myself. All of my thoughts manifest. They are all important. Not to make that, excuse me, like overwhelming, but you get to the point where that's not overwhelming anymore to be like, oh my god, all of my thoughts are creating my experience. Whatever you're telling yourself is true, and that is your experience. Lucid dreaming is fun. Yeah, I took a course on lucid dreaming and was like learning to lucid dream and stuff, and then I just realized I'm like, I really don't care about my dreams, so It feels like real life. Just think as if and it will happen. Even getting good at lucid dreaming. I'm so good at lucid dreaming. I always know how to get lucid in my dreams. I always get to dream everything I want to dream. If you don't want a thought to manifest, I say cancel, cancel. Yep. I just assume that only thoughts I want to manifest will manifest. I was at work thinking, oh man, does everyone think I'm dumb? I cut that out and said, nope, everyone thinks I'm smart. Shortly after, my senior goes to me, hey, you're smart, right? Can you look at this? That's awesome. But that's how it works. You catch yourself thinking things and you're like, I don't want that to be true. Oh, I guess it doesn't have to be true. The only reason it's true is because I'd be telling myself that it is. And I don't have to keep telling myself that. Thought transmission at its finest. I was like, shit, that's easy. Yeah. And it's doing it with things like that, seeing it work quickly, and you go, oh, that's all I have to do? That's what's meant by everything is a reflection. Exactly. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You're like, oh, if I could do it with that and I know how I did it with that, then I can do it with anything else. Manifested a text today by saying, and I got it. There you go. See? Especially people that we are close to. It's easy only when our ego is not trying to complicate it. I dropped the fucking ego part too. Am I thinking I have what I want? Yes or no? My ego's not stopping me from doing shit. I'm the one in control. I'm the one in charge. What I say goes. And if I don't want to continue to think a thought, I'm not going to think it. If I don't want it to manifest, it's not going to manifest. Yeah, now do that for everything. Yep. Okay, no more ego. If you're telling yourself your ego's getting in your way, you're going to be proven right. You are placing an obstacle in your path that you are the one putting it there. Oh, well, my ego's in the way. Yeah, you're fucking right, and it's always going to be. My logical mind is always saying it's not manifestation, it's coincidence, so it's hard to believe because of logical mind. As long as you continue to say that kind of shit, guess what's always going to be true? I already told this story earlier on this live. Until I decided I believe in manifestation and started telling myself that I believe in manifestation, I did not believe in it. As long as you label shit coincidence, which is you, life is meaningless, you're the one saying that it's a coincidence and that I should listen to my logical mind. That is a choice you are making and a limit you are putting on yourself. Girl, I love how you've disregarded literally everything except what matters. That is what worked for me. That has been my experience. We can't conceive an idea that is not possible. Exactly. A while back, I was trying to manifest free coffee. I gave up because I didn't care enough. Now my colleague won't stop buying me coffee. That's funny. But I remember my revision that worked, so my ego can't say anything. Laugh out loud. Yup. I tell myself things happen in magical ways, magical and natural ways. Yep. I want the best of both worlds. I love that. That's awesome. Happens in magical and natural ways. Doesn't matter because I'm getting what I want. The end. Oh, but nope. If I have what I want, there is no oh, but. You don't get to play the oh, but game. Because whatever we tell ourselves is true. Exactly. It's that simple. It truly is that simple. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Just like the comment of I was thinking maybe people think I'm dumb, and then I decided no, I'm smart, and then someone told me I'm smart. It's literally that simple. Stop accepting things you don't want to be true. Manifestation can be instant. Yeah, it can be. It is instant. When you tell yourself it's true, it's true. The reason it doesn't continue to be true is because you allow yourself to think that it isn't. I also tell myself manifesting out of thin air is natural for me. That's a good one. Can we do some kind of challenge on this channel? It'd be fun. I just put out a challenge, when was it? February 29th? I don't remember what it was. Even the word natural is subjective. Yeah. My car was dirty. I waited for rain. Rain came. Laugh out loud. Moons was talking about earlier how she's manifesting the weather. I did that the other day. put fertilizer on the grass and the rain was being like iffy. And I was like, no, it's going to rain. And then we got a ton of rain. We had one earlier on last year to try and manifest a blue ant. Yep, you can do that one too. Manifest seeing a blue ant. I love rain lately. Do we need to feel the affirmations and put in emotions? No. I don't try to make myself feel anything. I just tell myself how shit is. No feelings needed. Yep, that's my experience. When I first found law of assumption and affirming and all that, like really understanding it, I was such a fucking disaster. I was so anxious. If your feelings hindered your manifestation, I wouldn't have been able to manifest anything. Only our consistent thoughts manifest. Yep. And it's not consistent in the I have to consistently think this one thought or it won't happen. It's what do I keep coming back to? Yeah, if your emotions played a part in it, nobody would be able to manifest. I agree, Moons. Especially when you first find this shit and understand it, so many people are so anxious and are not coming from a good place. No one would be able to make their life better if that were true. And I have talked to too many people who have manifested through anxiety and have had too many experiences myself. Yes, I had major anxiety too. Knowing the law helped me regulate that. Just knowing there's nothing to worry about. Yep. If you're worried, you're only going to have more things to worry about, which is a perfect manifestation because where's your focus? On that there's something to worry about. After a while, our thoughts help us to feel it real good. And sometimes I've had things manifested that I never felt at all. I had things manifest that I was like, I don't know, I don't know if this will happen. I just decided it was going to, and it did. There was no feeling good, there was no knowing. It was just a decision that I kept telling myself would happen. If feelings were manifesting, I wasn't manifesting anything good. Yeah. Yep, feelings are usually a manifestation of our thoughts. Yep. And they are part of your state of consciousness too. I'm manifesting something big. Nothing is big or small. How can I have so much resistance and old story? And how can I reduce resistance and old story? It's so hard. You stop telling yourself it's hard. You stop telling yourself it's big, and you start telling yourself that you have it now. If you have it now, you aren't thinking about the old story. You're not thinking about how the resistance. You're not thinking how it's impossible. You have it now. It was possible. You have it now. And you keep telling yourself that. And the more you tell yourself that, the more natural it will feel. And the more you're going to start to believe it because you keep telling yourself that. Yes, sometimes I get a bit anxiety, but remember to go back to my affirmation, to my assumptions. Yeah. What are you assuming? Where are my feelings right now? Yes, Moons was just about to say I experienced firsthand. How do you differentiate between feelings and thoughts? For me and my personal experience, I think mostly in words. So my thinking is thinking up here. Physical emotions are the feelings in your body. I feel scared. I feel sad. And when I start to feel things in my body that I don't like, I go to my brain and see what I'm thinking, and it's always a reflection of each other. Practicing makes it familiar. Yep. Spent many years in spiral cycles trying to not suppress my feelings and doing shadow work. I overcomplicated spirituality as a whole. When it first clicked, I felt real oneness with all. Yeah. And I would hear things like there's nothing to fix and there's blah, blah, blah. And I didn't understand. until it all just clicked one day. And I was like, oh, and then it started to click more and more shit just fell away and went away. And I was like, oh, now I get it. But I also told myself that I get it. I think this is where robotic affirming can help some people. I agree. When you're first finding it, it's like just tell yourself you have what you want and do it over and over and over again. What about detachment? It seems like your I don't give a shit attitude is the center of your power. If you're focusing on whether you are detached or not, you are not focused on having what you want. You are trying to figure out why you don't have what you want. So just tell yourself you have what you want instead of trying to figure out all of this shit. Because the more you're looking for answers and understanding, you don't just have what you want. Yeah, when people feel overwhelmed, that was the thing that helped me the most when I was so overwhelmed was robotic affirmations. How much repetition it takes to impress the subconscious mind. Like I have said before on this live, stop focusing on if your subconscious is impressed. Stop focusing on any of it and just come back to that you have what you want. Drop all the rest of it. If you are wondering if your subconscious is impressed, you are not telling yourself you have what you want. The more you just come back to telling yourself you have what you want, it will impress your subconscious. How quickly can it manifest? It can manifest instantly if you just let all this shit go. Sonia, our journeys are so similar. You keep saying that, Eric. We need to talk, and I need to hear about all of we need to talk about our journey at some point. Shadow work was one of the worst things that I did to myself. Yeah, it was a never-ending shit show for me when it's like, oh, I gotta go dig for things. It's like, oh, there's always more to dig for. I have what I want, end of story. Yep, that's it. Right there. That's it. Thank God I know better now. Stick to my affirmations as my truth. Yep. What technique do you prefer to make decision intention? I think in words, so I use affirmations. I change my thoughts in the moment. That's what works for me. But what works for me may not work for you. So you need to find out what works for you. I think people forget it's a lifestyle. Oh, I agree with that, Moons. Completely. Absolutely. Just remind yourself that you already have it. Yep. When you want to bitch, whine, moan, complain, wonder if this is a problem or that is a problem, which is bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining that you don't have what you want or you can't have it, just tell yourself that you do. Bring yourself back to you do. That's it. Anything else is just making it complicated. I know in the beginning I needed to understand all of the terms to understand what I was doing, but at the end of the day, that's all you're doing. Are you telling yourself that you have what you want, or are you bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining? Manifestation is a lifestyle. It is not a quick fix. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Not that things can't change quickly, but it is a lifestyle. It is a practice. It is a skill that you are learning to do. Someone on TikTok commented on one of my posts. They're like, when you start to consciously manifest, it's like knowing how to drive a car and going to a country and driving on the other side of the street. You know what to do, but it's just different. And I'm like, that is so true. You can't serve two masters. Exactly. You either have it or you don't. One state is always more dominant. Yep. And the more dominant state, aka reality, is what you will experience. It's absolutely fucking true. That is how it works. If your dominant belief is I can't have what I want, and then you are thinking I can't have what I want, and you just keep thinking that, it's a perfect manifestation. Everything's a manifestation. I've had positive manifestations even when I felt negative about it later on. Once it's truly set in motion, it's in motion to appear. And you can always change what you're manifesting. It's not the end all, like, oh, I thought this and now it has to happen and I'm stuck with this. I recorded a video recently about you have infinite wishes. You can always change shit. Belief is a thought we kept thinking. It's a thought we keep thinking. Yes, that's it. Something you accepted as true. Yep, every time I would say it wouldn't work, then I would be like, oh shit, wait. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it won't work. Oh, nope, I'm not saying that anymore. You will learn, not you will learn, you will when you believe. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, My Little Reminder song, haha. If you tell yourself enough, you're going to start believing it. And you may manifest it before you even fucking experience it, before it gets in there that you think you believe it. Why do most coaches overcomplicate it that you need a million things before you manifest? Because they want you to give them money. Sometimes 3D gets triggered. How to manage that? You realize that that the trigger is your old belief systems being triggered. And the more you can take a step back and be like, I don't believe any of this shit anymore, and the 3D is me getting what I want, that life is meaningless until I put the meaning to it, and that I'm choosing to put a shitty meaning to it, so that's going to be my experience. That's how you stop letting the 3D run your life. The 3D is old news. The 3D is you getting what you want. The 3D has nothing to do with anything unless you say that it does. If you say, oh, this happened, so I can't have what I want, you're fucking right. And until you change that, you're not going to get what you want because you're deciding that you can't have it. What is a dominant state? Strong state once and after that doubting, or always back to new thoughts frequency. Your dominant state is what you think the most. What do you think the most about relationships? What do you think the most about manifesting? What do you think about the most about money? That is your state with that experience. And until you change your thoughts about it, nothing's going to change. Understand the 3D is your past thoughts playing out. Your dominant thoughts, beliefs equal dominant thoughts. Yeah. What are you thinking the most? That's your state. If you don't like your state, you think something different and it will change. I remember a coach making me guilty for wanting to remove a 3P, but don't bother with law of attraction coaches. Oh, I remember telling my coach that I didn't want to work, and they were like, oh, that's no. But if you find the right thing, it won't feel like work. And I was like, fuck you. Law of assumption is greater than law of attraction. Law of attraction is so complicated. There's so many rules and so much just crap. Just crap. Law of attraction is so confusing to me. Yeah, it was for me too. It was for me too. It's so crazy looking back at getting into law of attraction compared to law of assumption. Yes, there was a learning curve with law of assumption because I was so into the law of attraction stuff, but law of assumption slowly started to make sense. Law of assumption just got more confusing. Or whatever. Law of attraction was more confusing. Law of assumption was more like it started to make sense. I wish we had different acronyms for this shit. Because it's all LOA. How to feel motivated all the time to work. I feel lazy to affirm. That's a you problem. You realize that what you're thinking is going to be your experience. And if you don't want to affirm, then you're just going to get what you think naturally. Law of attraction, it makes you feel like you don't have power. Absolutely. Absolutely. Coaches that put their own fears and shitty beliefs on others, I stay away from them. Yeah, as much as I can. Yeah, I agree. Let the universe decide if you deserve a text message. Oh, that shit. Oh my God, yeah. Law of attraction is like needing to be a list method. A list method actor. Like, why? Yeah. It's. I still go back and look at my law of attraction days and like, I don't even know what the fuck I was trying to do. Yes, the universe is outside of you. Yep. He said if I write my affirmations enough times and put them under my pillow, then maybe I might get my manifestation. That was the part that I couldn't understand. It's like you can have anything you want, but you can't. I was like, what? I knew somehow it was the answer. Somehow I knew, but I was like, but it's not, but it is. The universe is me, in me. I agree. I tried the 2-cup method, also so weird. Yeah. What's the 2-cup? It's where you put water in a cup and are like, this is my old reality. And then you write something on the other cup and then you pour the water and you drink it and it's supposed to, I don't know. It's never outside of you. Nope. And the more you realize your experience is whatever you tell yourself that it is. Quantum jumping, laugh out loud. It only depends on your thoughts. Yep. Imagine having to write stuff and put it under your pillow for literally everything in your life so far. Yeah. Yeah, what in the world? Yeah. That's a thing that was popular at some point. Only you can stop yourself, nothing and no one can. Yes. We're already manifesting. Yep. That was the part I didn't get either. Yes, circumstances don't matter. Yep. They don't. Okay, but what about the things you haven't even actually thought about? I don't know what that means. You're going to have to clarify, Anna. I don't believe a universe outside of me. Yeah, I don't either. Oh, then every full moon I have to have my water outside in the moonlight with my affirmations under it. So fucking wild. It is wild. It is so fucking wild. And it just is, it's proof that when you want something, you're willing to do whatever it takes to get it. And all you have to do is tell yourself you have it. The spells are weird too. Who does that? Hey, whatever works for you, run with it. I prefer to keep it simple. Yeah, to get a text message. Yeah, I gotta wait for the moon to be just right, and I have to put my water out there at just the right hour. Like the sun has to be in the right position, or it's not gonna work. Or I could just tell myself I have what I want. Guys, I have the best law of attraction story. I literally did the weirdest stuff for a damn text. I tried so much of that shit. I tried so much of it because I was like, I just want things to be better. Oh, maybe this will make it better. Maybe that'll make it better. Maybe doing this. Nothing worked until I started changing my mindset. I meant, what about the things which get manifested, which you haven't actively thought about? Everything is a reflection and everything is what you tell yourself that it is. I don't know what I don't understand what you haven't actively thought about. You have a belief system and that is what is creating your experience. Unless you tell yourself that things are not the way that you believe they are the way you believe they are. We all have LOA stories. Yeah. Literally was changing everything but self. Oh, me too. That was me too. To get small cup of coffee, also I need to affirm 364 times. If I die 366, then it won't work. And if I say it fast, that's what people come up with. It's like, oh, well, this will get attention. This will get attention and people will do it. And some people may get results and some people won't. I am doing umbrella affirmations to manifest all my desires. You got to do what works for you. I still have leftover crystals littered around my room just for aesthetic now. See, there you go. It was called the law of truth in days past. Yeah, I love that. Umbrella affirmations are awesome and a good safety net for me. I agree. That's my experience as well. If you think you have to drink water to manifest, then that's what will be true. Exactly. You can also placebo to manifest, especially appearance changes. For example, drink water makes my skin clearer. Yep, whatever you tell yourself is true is true. All the reason none of those techniques and methods and whatever the fuck you want to call the law of attraction stuff, the reason it never worked for me is because I didn't believe that it was going to. And looking back, it's like, yeah, I didn't believe any of this shit was going to work. The power is you. Exactly. I call it the law of mirror. See, there you go. Moon's dropping all the gems. I love it. Yeah, she always does, Eric. Like, legitimately. Legitimately. All right, guys, you have any last questions today? I gotta go take Jax downstairs. He's kind of angry at me, so I gotta go do dog stuff. But thank you guys again for all the love, all the support, for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. I really can't believe I'm here. It's crazy. And I'm hoping to do more lives. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. Everything's just manifesting perfectly, and I'm just on the path and going with it. What do we do when we don't feel enough in all areas of life? Manifesting has nothing to do with your feelings. It's all what you tell yourself. What are you thinking about your areas of your life? That's the problem. A little success story: started affirming that abortion is legal everywhere. Next day, France ensured freedom in its collection, in its constitution. Then Walgreens started selling pills. There you go. You're welcome. You guys are all welcome. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for all the support. I never thought I would be at this point on my YouTube journey. I had no idea what I was doing when I started, so I am so grateful for you guys. Have a great day, Moons. All of you have a great day. Have a great weekend. I will be hopefully live soon. Like I said, on the very, very beginning of the live, I think before anybody got on here, I'm no longer doing one-on-one coaching. I have a lot of things in the works. I don't know what is going to happen next, but I will keep you posted. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love and light.